Forgive Me Daddy, I've Been Bad.
No, it's Forgive Me Daddy, I've Been a Baddie.
I've been a baddie.
It's already in the group chat.
Jesus
Okay,
H. Tap dancing Christ. This is a bad time to mention my family's Catholic. I'm not, but they are.
Well, that's a great way to introduce the game.
Because we're going to a fucking... We're going to a temple.
Well, you're going to a full city.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get it diggly dang started. Hello, we're back again. Back in Iriden again. Oh, or the Iriden crew. You're definitely not in Iriden. You're in Teravaknor, but yeah. I don't think there's any news. Is there any news, Justin?
I'm trying to think of like world news right now. No. I guess I just found out this weekend that the World Health Organization has finally lifted the epidemic status of Corona.
Whoa.
In 20 years, that's going to be... everyone's going to be like, so what year was that?
I will say one thing about tonight is that certain things that happened tonight may have some crossover with a limited series that we have put together. What the fuck is that noise? Sorry. So yeah.
Join the Patreon.
Yeah, well, we don't have a Patreon right now, but hopefully
join wherever the hell we're posting that.
Yeah, whenever we get that all done and finished there. So it isn't going to be it won't be like required listening or anything like that. You'll still be able to understand everything that's going on tonight without listening to that. But you never know. You might get more out of it if you've watched it.
We've probably mentioned the B team before.
Have we?
I don't know. I probably have.
I think I have. Many characters have been kind of referenced there, mainly being Ori, because Ori started in the Iriden.
Ori is just the centerpiece of all of Crescentian lore now.
I mean, for
a part of all 3 campaigns so far.
Of the campaigns,
or maybe just Hellborns in general, because even Galterra has Ori's daughter, and grandson.
Yeah, no, the Hellborns are, around for sure.
Yep.
But but with that being said, let's take a quick pause, get whatever we need, and let's.
I need about 15 more levels for my character.
I'm gonna need about 350.
I have that. All Canadian equivalent of Venmo you.
Transfer.
Oh, what? E-transfer, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because the reason that Americans have Venmo and PayPal and all this crazy stupid stuff is because they don't do e-transfer.
Yeah.
I use Facebook Messenger.
Oh, yeah. Is that why whenever I put a dollar amount, it underlines it?
Yeah.
Yes. Every time you put a dollar amount in the group chat, Gabby's wondering why you're asking her for money.
I work in IT. Do I look like I'm made of fucking money to you?
No,
I think you're made of... I answer the phone.
You're made of human? Question mark?
Bold of you to assume.
Nice. That's why I added the question mark.
Good.
We've probably filled space long enough for the the intro to play.
Yeah.
If I could stop fucking coughing, I'd be fucking stellar.
Woo.
Watch your fucking language.
Hey.
You're not my supervisor.
You're not my supervisor.
My dad's dead.
Black country.
In the game, my dad is very much alive.
What?
Oh,
What?
I said you're not my dad, and then I said because my dad's dead. In game, not in real life.
Yeah.
Any whore.
All I heard was any whore, and then nips, 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 nips.
No, I was muttering dice
Oh,
to myself because
okay,
I'm
I
picking
heard
up my
nips.
dice for the night.
I was like, oh my god.
Get your goddamn mind out of the gutter.
I'm sorry, Missouri.
Oh, the
What
Missouri.
does Missouri have to do with any of this?
It's
I
just
mean, like, roast my state by all means, but, like, have a good reason for it. There's a million of them. Pick one. You can start with the meth.
You could start with meth.
I will start burning your local sports team.
Oh, okay.
God, what is my sports team?
I don't know. Is there
Louis
anything
Cardinals?
in Missouri?
Kansas City, right?
Oh, I guess.
No, Kansas City is okay.
So
two
Kansas City
States.
is in two
That
different
is-
states.
Yes. There's the Kansas City Chiefs, which are Kansas, and then there's the St. Louis Cardinals, as my dearest boyfriend just confirmed for us. Everyone say hi,
St. Louis,
Dalton.
yes. And St. Louis Blues.
Hi, Dalton.
I love the.
Oh,
I mean, I love the
He
Car-
also informed me that Chiefs are football, Cardinals are baseball.
Yes.
Both are in Missouri. I thought the Chiefs were in Kansas. What the? I hate it here.
All that Kansas has is the prison and the army base, apparently.
What? Antique ways.
And
Last
Dorothy.
Any whore.
Can't forget Dorothy.
We're cutting all of this out, by the way.
Yeah, I hope so. Thankfully we don't. I don't want to get too far ahead in stuff tonight, so it's okay if we goof off a little bit, a lot of it. Yeah, so far. Sorry, I've got a kitty.
Kitty.
Kitty. Come get your papa.
Kitty! That's supposed to be Boo.
Yeah. All right.
I can't do a young child.
Okay. So last
FBI, open up.
last you left off, you fell through the ring of fire.
Fell in.
As you start singing, I should mute.
I'm gonna mute my mic. Does not mute their mic and start.
Oh, don't worry. We all were thinking it.
I was a stage. I need. Sorry, continue.
All right. So you've dropped into the waste outside of this weird looking city place in the middle of this essentially desert. This place looks a lot different than the world around it, almost unnaturally, because there's a lot of water and greenery here, but it also seems to have a bluish hint, especially the stone work there. And yeah, as you guys kind of dust yourself off, you see that one of you is not standing back up.
Is
I
it
stand
Sabbath?
back up.
Sabbath is not standing back up.
I am immediately checking Sabbath for like any injuries or anything like that. You want me to do a medicine check, or is it like a?
Yeah, can you give me a medicine check?
Okay, watch this be a 1. Oh, I have actual IRL dice I can roll. Okay, I'm actually gonna do because I'm a mess right now, so we're just gonna do it on D&D Beyond for a second. There we go. That's a big old girthy 8.
You like put your finger to their neck, but since
Like-
they're not like the check for a pulse, but you're not 100% sure. But you flip them over and you see that their lips are moving and their eyes have gone completely like blank and are glossed over.
Can I do a medicine check?
you can definitely do a medicine check.
Yeah, I don't know shit. I got a 6.
God, we suck.
Y'all are not doctors.
Well, no, I'm a rogue.
I'm a cleric.
Sorcerer.
I'm a
Do you
doctor,
want
not a...
to roll as well?
I'll give it a try.
I would give you, since just how you perceive the world, I would give you advantage because it would have to do with vibrations.
Oh, vibrations, eh? A 3 and a natural 20, which would bring it up to a 22.
Yay.
So you look, and when I say look, I don't mean look because you cannot see, but you're able to like listen in and kind of focus, and you can actually almost visualize Sabbath's heartbeat, which is steady. It's a little bit slower, but it's nice and steady.
I think with my 6, I was poking Sabbath's stomach and going, nope, not sliced.
But you're able to like hear their heartbeat, but you can also very kind of briefly make out what they're saying. You can make out that they're saying something you do not understand.
What language is it?
Give me what languages can you speak?
Celestial, Common, Deep Speech, Draconic, Dwarvish, and Elvish.
It is not one of those. It is primordial.
Wait a goddamn motherfucking second. Hang on.
Give me a minute. Let me learn primordial here real quick.
No.
We can like bring them with us. Then I look at everyone else. You can deal with carrying them. I'll lead.
So Marlith is a little perturbed by this, and is unsure what is going on, causing Sabbath to kind of speak in this nature. Can somebody roll an insight check?
I have a +4 to it. Do you want me to roll 4 of them?
Roll whatever you want.
13.
I'm putting D&D Beyond in dice jail. That's a 6.
What did you get? What did you get there, Rebecca?
Dirty 20.
Callum and Rebecca have seen something like this before. It's not as common in this plane of existence, but Rebecca does remember some of it back from the time that she spent in Crescentia before she went. Basically, Sabbath is currently in a comatose-like state.
Now I have abilities to enter dreams, or read dreams, see dreams. I wonder.
Dreams.
Let's do that inside. We're literally outside of a city.
Well,
do you want to just?
Rebecca is more contemplating things right now.
Okay.
As opposed to let's do this at the moment. She's just thinking about it.
Let's get them to bed.
Get a plan and trying to get a plan in mind.
Yeah.
So you'll often hear her speaking in multiple different people's voices, just complete gibberish as well. But you understand it. But you understand that it's gibberish because she's just trying to figure things out.
She's muttering.
Yeah.
Talking to herself.
Pretty much. But it sounds really weird because it's coming out of like dozens and dozens of different people's voices.
So, yeah, who's going to carry Sabbath? Also, what do people think is going on with Sabbath?
Nose goes, and I touch my nose.
I gesture to my wimpy 8 strength arms and look down at poor Sabbath. And I look up helplessly.
I look at your 8 strength arms and then down at my 8 strength arms.
I look at you guys and I'm like, I've got like 9 strength wings here.
You're the strongest.
Does anyone have a positive number in their strength modifier?
None of us are tanks.
Colin is a child.
Callum.
Ah, Jesus.
Yeah,
why
I
are
am actually a
spell
child.
plagues-
I'm like 14.
No.
I will
No,
say
I mean-
Marlis
Yeah,
does
maybe
not.
he was just-
Marlis.
Oh,
is,
Colin,
I
you're...
meant Carlos, sorry.
Yeah.
Carlos, not Colin.
Do I
Sorry.
have any kind of spell? Maybe? Question mark.
Do you have levitate?
Let me. Do I? No, I don't.
It's more arcane.
Hurricane.
an arcane caster, like a wizard.
A wizard.
Marlis.
Yeah,
Marla
no,
can
I got.
You can carry them.
I
And walk
think
towards the city.
levitate only lasts for a couple minutes, doesn't it?
I think it's
Maybe-
10.
Maybe if someone takes, maybe if someone grabs Sabbath's arms, another person grabs their legs. Maybe between two people, maybe we can do this.
Or we could make some kind of pulley thing that we could lay them on, and one person grab the thing, the other person grab the thing, and they're on a thing, and they're just being drug around, but not too hard because they'd be on a blanket or something.
I walked to the
My
city
brother in
and then
Petroglyph,
asked
how
one of
are we
the
gonna do that?
guards to pick them up.
We could find bits and pieces in the wilderness somehow. Sure.
Okay, a couple of things. First, you're trying to make a pulley system,
not a system,
like a
but
sled?
yes,
A sled? Yes.
some
Second.
a sled-esque type thing.
We
Second.
want to put them on a skateboard.
Second, you're in a desert. There is no wilderness.
Okay, desert. No.
The wilderness is in the city.
Okay. Now is
Oh,
it
boy.
Sahara Desert or
Like
Nevada Desert?
an intense desert. It is.
It's real deserty.
It's oppressive.
What I'm trying to figure out is it just a wasteland type desert, or is it sandy dunes that you can slide down, roll down?
Oh my god, are you going to push them down dunes?
No, I'm trying to figure out a way to make a slide that we can do this.
We can
now
just
I've got
ask
two
the
tasks.
people in the city to take
Aren't we
them
trying
in.
to avoid the city?
No! This is where I
Trying to
brought
head
you.
to the city.
No,
I brought you here.
I don't know what's going on.
I understand.
I
that you're
ran
blind.
into you guys.
Have you not been here before? I've heard of you.
You've heard of me.
Apparently, that's what Jacob told me. Now, how I know, I don't. I don't know, but I was told that I am aware of you and who you are.
Because you're a spy,
Okay, fair.
by trade. Not that you're spying right now. You are just a spy by trade.
I mean, I am still wearing the... Oh, before I go into the city, I should probably take that armor off. I take that armor
Good
off and
idea.
throw it out. You shouldn't... okay. And I take it off and... give me a minute and start,
Well enough to
unbuckling
make a
stuff.
small sled.
So many questions are going through Rebecca's mind right now. She's just trying to...
I have
Now
armor,
figure out-
and underneath the armor is more armor. I know it's weird. I wasn't planning on wearing it this long.
Man,
Are
the
you
shape.
Are you not dying of heat stroke?
No, I'm from here.
Noted.
If you're from here, then you can get us help. Let's go.
Yeah. So I passed the armor off to you, to Hestia. I'm going to change your name in here because every time I want to call you Gozer, and you're not Gozer. Probably change my name
Bestia,
as
the
well.
bestia.
So yeah, I guess we're going to do something. Carlos, you grab their head. I'll grab an arm. Someone grab an arm. Someone grab a leg. Someone grab a leg. We'll
I will do the talking.
Parachute Sabbath down.
And we head
Okay.
off.
Like one person grab each limb, and like so you, if you wanted to, you could everybody heave up and do the whole like parachute game with them.
I thought you were gonna be like everybody grab one of their arms and just walk in a different, or one of their limbs and just walk in a different direction.
No, that's when we bring the horses in.
Ah!
All right, I'm not even gonna have you roll because, like,
Not too
one,
effort.
there's 4 of you, and
2, Sabbath is very light.
yeah, Sabbath is scrawny as fuck. That's
Also probably has an 8 strength.
Just
yeah,
a little
no,
guy.
they're the part of their story is that they come from a family of warriors and are not one themselves.
Oof.
I
Up in
can
the
attest
chat
to
home
that,
slice.
having met both. Both mother and grandmother.
And stepdad and half brother.
Half-brother. Although half-brother didn't speak very much.
Nah, not yet.
Anyway.
So, yeah, you're able to make the like half-hour walk to get to the bastion. You come to a set of, or not even a set. You come to a line in the sand, and as you cross through that line in the sand,
before we go, is anyone here evil?
roll an insight check.
I was
What are we
asking
rolling?
them.
I'm sorry. What are we rolling?
Oh no, I think he's asking me to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. Dalton had to ask me a question.
That's a 16.
Ooh.
That's a loaded question. Define evil.
Have you been banned from here before?
That doesn't necessarily mean you're evil. That just means you've been banned.
There's a whole thing. I don't understand it really. And that's like in character. He just doesn't understand it.
To be fair, and Callum will be able to explain this. Any person who does evil deeds or has done terrible deeds, if they walk over the line in the sand, they will either A, not actually be able to, or possibly just catch on fire.
Ah!
We don't have a water bucket, so I hope none of you are.
That is not exactly what
evil.
You said at all.
Okay, let's go. I walk across.
Right, so everybody walks across. As you do,
do you want them to roll evil?
No. As you walk through the border, Hestia, you feel weird. You feel different.
Okay.
Do I look back and see Hestia on fire?
No, but you can
Okay.
you can look back and look at Hestia.
You doing all right there, champ?
As
Says
you look
the
back
14-year-old
at
boy.
Hestia,
To the 19-year-old girl.
Yep.
their skin, there seems to be something on it that's very similar to what's currently happening to your skin, which it looks almost like gasoline on top of water, like an oil pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be moving around your guys' skin. This isn't happening to Rebecca. This isn't happening to Sabbath, and it's not happening to Marlith. It is only happening to Callum and Hestia.
Is it like hurting at all, or does it just feel strange?
No, in fact, you feel great. You feel like some hole in you has been filled, like inside your soul, something you never knew is surrounding you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you feel once you step into this, into the bastion. So after a few minutes, you're able to find like a stretcher and stuff like that. You're able to get stuff set up for Sabbath to take care of them. I'll let Callum give you guys a quick
Tour.
kind of a tour.
So as we, I don't think so. You're doing it for a good reason, I assume.
What's going on?
There's a chat. There's a message.
Oh,
so yeah, that's my only question on that.
No, you're fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Does her brother make it through, probably.
Yeah, no, everybody
Everyone
makes
did?
it through fine.
All right. So yeah, as we leave the temple, I just walk up to one of the clerics there and go, just put it on my tab, and then walk away. All right, come on, I'll show you around.
So you're just depositing Sabbath there.
Well, there's nothing we can do.
Okay, so Sabbath and Marlith are going to stay. It's almost like a guard post, and they kind of take them away to the infirmary, and they just kind of give you a nod, and Marlith's going to look after Sabbath.
Okay, so instead of cleric, it would be more like medic.
Mm.
Medic.
All right, so here is what the fuck was this called, Jacob?
I sent it to you, and I forget.
Yeah, I know. Gotta scroll back a week or two. 2 weeks, yeah.
Daer Rivka, I think.
That sounds familiar. How do I search in?
If you search Rivka, you should be able to find it.
I have to do it through my phone because I don't know how to do it on the computer.
Yeah, I found it.
Oh,
Daer Rivka, or
Okay.
Daer Rivka. Yeah, I think Rivka. Yeah, Daer Rivka, aka the Starlit Bastion.
yeah.
Write shit down, Jacob.
Specifically names.
Mm.
Welcome to Daer Rivka. There's lots to do, not much that we can do. I'm not allowed in a lot of places. So,
Are you going to elaborate on that, or are we just going to let that sizzle?
we can let it sizzle, it's fine.
All right. This day's already been so goddamn weird.
Yeah, you can press the issue if you want. I don't care.
You know,
You really got to
plausible
stop.
deniability.
Exactly. And also, I'm too young to go to most places.
That is very fair.
Yeah.
Very fair.
But I know a pretty cool place that we can go to. And I start heading towards what I would consider like a nature park, because Callum doesn't know of what actual nature parks looks like.
It's essentially like you walk up there, like it's almost in the middle of town, but it's less of a nature park, more of like a.
It has like 5 trees in it.
Well, it's like a common area. It has some trees and has some bushes with like a fountain in its midst. It's like a commons area.
I start looking into the fountain to see if anyone's thrown coins in yet.
There's a couple of odd shaped coins from
Anyone's that are new. Callum is a collector of coins. Want me to roll just
a
a
perception check.
perception? Cool.
Throughout the whole walk,
8.
Rebecca is keeping Carlos close and trying to make sure that nobody's looking weirdly at this rotting child bird corpse walking around.
Like you do.
All right. So what was your perception?
8.
Yeah, you don't see anything though. As you are looking into the water, and Rebecca is essentially like trying to kind of hide Carlos underneath their cloak, basically like get really close underneath the cloak. You both feel a kind of almost calloused hand on your shoulders.
Oh. I look up at them.
Fishing for gold again, Callum?
Nothing new.
Never.
Caw.
Just random.
I love how questioning that sounded.
Ka?
God.
There's no need to hide, my child. All are free and welcome to the Starlit Bastion. My name is Grand Vizier. Fuck, I don't have a name. Pause for a second.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. My name is Grand Vizier Fuck It.
No, I said butt kiss. That's what Callum kind of says under his breath, but his actual name is like Buckin, I don't know. Something that sounds like butt
give me
kiss.
a moment here. I meant to come up with a name, and I thought I had one, but I forgot it.
That's fair. We forgot the name of the city.
Yeah.
We lost Jacob.
We're hanging tight, and Jacob just up and left.
Suspense is killing us.
Yeah.
Hello. Goodbye.
Did you click a link you weren't supposed to?
No, I accidentally exited. Sorry.
Okay.
Exit pursued by bear.
It's going to be Grand Visitor Arkin.
Arkin or Arkham?
Arkin. Archen.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Hey, GVA.
As you all kind of look at the visitor, he seems to have glowing marks, just like Callum and Hestia, but his are more solid and sculpted. He looks like he is a Starborn or an Asmart, kind of like you, but has the horns of like a Tithe or even a Minotaur, and ears on the side of their head, almost like a fur ball.
I tilt my head like a confused puppy, specifically at the marks, but I curtsy and I say, "Hello there. I'm Hestia."
Welcome home, Hestia.
Excuse me?
Wait, yeah, the marks.
Oh, sorry, that was rude. I mean, pardon?
Oh, are you didn't seek out the Bastion?
No, I was, it's a long story, but, the short and nasty of it is I was, supposed to be helping out in the library. Well, actually, I was kind of voluntold to help out in the library, and then there was this portal, and then I met these people, and, we've lost some of our party. One of them is, being medically attended to, but the point is, no, I didn't. Honestly, I'm not quite sure where I am. I've just been trying to stay alive and keep everyone else alive.
Well, I will say, Hestia, when I say that you are home, I do not mean hyperbolic. I mean this is your home. Do you know what you are, Hestia?
My parents were elves, as far as I know.
But you're not.
I don't believe so.
Latent within some... You're not from this realm, are you? You're not from Teravaknor. You're from Crescentia, aren't you? That's what you...
Player question. That is, the answer to that is yes, right?
Yeah.
Question to the M. I am from there, right?
Yes.
I'm just making sure. Just crossing my I's, dotting my T's. Anyways,
when Hestia says yes, Callum kind of looks at you and then does the puppy dog like tilting of the head.
The kids are confused.
The kids aren't all right.
But
so latent within certain blood mines in the realm of Crescentia is the possibility of an active Starborn like yourself. The reason you're glowing right now is because you have found a piece of your home plane. You crossed a line, a border to get into this city, and it felt a little tingly, didn't it?
Yes, it was as if a piece of my soul I didn't even know was missing had come back.
Yeah. So many moons ago, and you see, like he moves and he sits down on the side of the fountain and kind of motions for you guys to sit with him.
I sit beside him and chin on my hands, like excitedly, like ready to listen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the other side of the fountain and look for coins.
Callum's
heard all of this like 20 times.
You can tell that Arkin really likes to tell stories. That's kind of his job.
Fantastic! I love stories.
So he says, like, a long long time ago, many millennia ago now, when the realms were still fresh, before the splintering of the realms, when it was quite easy to move from one to the other, and it was not uncommon to see the likes of the gods or the heavens. Before the Netherlore, there was a small plane. The name of this plane has been lost to the sands of time, but on this plane were a people, our people, the Starborn. The Netherwar broke out between the gods and the lords of dread and caused the splintering of the realms. Reality could not take such a destructive war with that much power, with the gods facing monstrous, despicable beings of dread. One of the casualties of this war was our home planet. Now, thankfully, we were able to escape, and we made it through to some of the other realms, the prime realm of Crescentia, but we got lucky, and a shard of our home plane traveled throughout the dreamscape until it landed here, the safest space in the nightmare realm of Teravaknor. So do not worry while you are here. No matter who you are safe. No one who has lost their soul, no one who is evil or who wishes harm upon those inside our walls are able to enter. But how old are you, Hestia?
I turned 19 a few months ago.
Have you ever met another of your kind?
I wave from the other side of the fountain.
Well, I had a brother, Anthony. I don't know if he was the same, but he's the closest, I think.
But in your travels, you haven't met another Starborn quite like yourself?
I don't believe so.
So when a Starborn comes of age, Callum will be there soon. You go through a ritual. Now, I know you've just entered this city. I know you probably have much to say and talk about and do, and you are able to stay here as long as you wish. But I do have one request. Regardless of why you're here, I feel like you were drawn here at this particular time for a particular reason. And I would like you to go through this ritual.
What must I do?
I need you to tell me of an image, a design. It can be a creature or an animal. It could be a plant. It could be anything. The first thing that comes to your mind when you close your eyes. Something very important to you. And all ritual is binding that memory to your skin and capturing that light.
I close my eyes and I think for a second. I see the stained glass windows of the Abbey, not like they are now, but when I was first brought there, when I was a child. And I touch the hilt of my wand where the crow skull is, and I see the symbols of my lady, Petragoth, and I see a stone, turquoise. And before I go any further with this, is there any, DM things I need to know?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pepper in a little bit of extra. There's something dark. I don't quite see what it is. It's just dark. And I reach for the chain around my neck that I keep tucked under my armor. And I see this. And, it's my locket. And I think that's it.
The locket?
A locket, the Abbey, turquoise, a crow skull. And then there was something dark that I couldn't understand.
So, as you open your eyes, Arkin closes his and kind of like puts both of his hands over yours, and you see all of your light, and it just all of the light kind of shines on your arm, and it moves around, and you can feel stuff like move underneath your skin. After about a minute, he's done, and he removes his hands, and you see that your entire arm is now covered in a very large sleeve tattoo.
Ooh.
So starting at the shoulder, it has a rose, and at the end, or at the point of like every petal, there seems to be a circular jewel that hangs down. This isn't the turquoise or anything. This is a small jewel, and this rose, it seems to have a the more you look at it, the more the color seems to change. Like you can swear that it looked blue, and then another second it looked red, and then it looked orange, and then it looked yellow, and it's just kind of like the actual color of the rose is fluctuating. As you follow the artwork down, it turns into it has a vine, just as many roses would have a vine. But as you follow the vine, it looks like it turns to stone. And as it turns to stone, you see bits of turquoise ore in the stone there that are placed in a particular pattern. And atop this stone, almost like it was wrapped around it, is the locket. And the chain of the locket goes down the rest of the inside of your arm, stopping pretty much at your wrist, which is where the actual physical piece of the locket ends there. On the top side, almost mirroring it, you're not quite sure what exactly it is. It almost looks like an arrow or something like that, until it gets almost to your palm, and this shadow seems to break off, and looks like it has 3 prongs, just stopping just past your wrist onto the top of your hand. And he did that for free.
That's dope as fuck. I'm gonna have to draw that later. Yeah, and this starts like at my shoulder, or
Starts at your shoulder. That's where the rose is. Yeah.
okay.
So, thank you. It's been a long time since I've been able to do that. And you honor me by letting me help you express that.
Sir, the honor's mine. I know nothing of my own people, but I do have a question.
Of course.
Are these symbols supposed to mean something? Like, I know they're personal to me, like my locket and the abbey, but I'm a little confused on the turquoise, and I point to the 3-pronged shadow thing. That.
My dear, I only bring out what is within. So if it means something to you, that's what it means. Maybe you just don't know what it's supposed to be yet.
It's rather ominous, don't you think?
Sometimes they can be. Isn't that right, Callum?
I didn't want to interrupt the whole ritual and like very serious discussion. I got a 7 on my second perception check for more coins.
Priorities.
Hey, I waited. So yeah, I don't see any more coins.
Yeah, you don't see any more coins. He literally looks over at you because he sees that you're like pretty much like holding your breath underwater and like coming up going
Still nothing. Oh, you're saying something? What?
So, my friends, what brings you in the wastes?
A big fuck off portal.
Callum, didn't were you working with the Marauders or under?
See, working with is a very strong phrase. I went there to check it out, yes.
Mm-hmm. And what did you find?
I just point at them.
I wave.
Ka!
Ow!
Jesus, that was loud.
Sorry.
But that couldn't have been very long ago.
No. I used the thing you gave me, just in case.
The ring of fire I gave you to use in emergency.
Well, so at the expense of getting another very long story, Second Lieutenant,
The sub-commander.
whatever his face, yeah, the one that likes to parade around on the friggin' rock that's being pulled by wyverns, those ones.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as we were making our way here, he kind of came up on us, and one of us probably wouldn't have been here if I didn't use it. So,
who would that be?
do you know? They were very interested in one of them, and so do you know of the name Hellborn?
Oh dear! And you brought them here?
Well, was that or to the freaking prison? So yeah, I brought them here.
No, you all need to come with me.
Can I go home first?
No, we need to go straight to the archive.
Oh boy,
Callum, when you reached the temple, was there anyone else there? Was the prisoner still there?
DM question were they still there? Because I kind of came in halfway through.
No, the prisoner would be the general, the mandatory general.
No, I didn't see anything. I didn't see the general. No.
Oh dear, more dire than I thought.
What's going on?
Something dire.
Well, I gathered that.
Callum's being helpful by not being helpful.
What is so wrong with Sabbath? They seem very kind.
It's not Sabbath. Who Sabbath brings? You need to come with me.
Right?
You know that's exactly who she's going to become looking for, Callum.
I mean, I understand and I agree to disagree on these things, but isn't that okay? Is that not fine?
I mean, you have to understand it. I know for us, it's only been 2 years since she left, but for her, it has been tens of thousands of years. The world works differently outside of these walls. The savior that you knew, I wholly hope that they are who come. And I hope that they are the same savior that we knew once upon a time. But I do fear for the worst.
Okay. Do you mind if I grab something from home first, and then just meet you at the archive? I know where it is. You can just, show them the way, and I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Make it quick.
I just, as soon as he says make, I start running away.
Rebecca, Hestia, little Carlos, can you come with me, please?
Ka!
That was a much more manageable caw.
Thank you.
No prob. Apparently I was just too close to my mic.
Yeah, I think I'm going to actually copy that and put it where the first caw was.
So you both are not. So he's gonna start talking to you guys as he kind of directs you to kind of follow him. And you see he's walking towards a very large, tall building. It's the tallest building in this area. So you both are not of this realm, and I imagine you both looking for a way to return, correct?
Yes.
Ka!
Okay, that is wise. You do not want to be found dead in these lands. The dead are generally bound to this realm because they have died here. Don't worry, Rebecca. Kalos is still safe because they did not die in this realm. They died in the other.
A very somber caw.
So where you came out of the big, to quote you, Hestia, fuck off portal, was in the chambers of Elendas, the Lord of Manticores. Now, I had expected the things had gone awry, but in order to get you home, we're going to have to play very, very dangerous game, and it is going to require sacrifice. In order to get you home, he stops and he turns around. He's like, I'm not going to lie to you. Getting you home may end more lives than it saves.
Then is it really worth it?
Yes.
One life can't be worth, at least not this one life, and I point to myself. Can't be worth all of that.
No, Hestia, I think it's better if I show you. So, as he said this, you guys get to the door of the archive and he pushes it open, and you see the first thing that he walks to is a large map. It's very crude. There's not a whole lot on this map because there's not a whole lot in Teravaknor. You see 4 cardinal directions that seem to have these big complexes, and it almost looks like the entire realm beyond a certain point is basically broken into 4 different territories. You see some, given your history, recognizable names. To the north is Elderpan. To the east is Joron the Butcher. To the south is Glagwes the Mad King. And to the west is Thessalia, the Queen of Vampires. Some of the most famed and evil godly beings to have ever been created. And they are known to be imprisoned here. Closer to the middle of this map, you see 5 they almost look like boxes, but on closer observation, you see that these are temples. And they are spread out like a perfect pentagon. Pentagon has 5 sides, right? Penta has 5?
Correct.
Yee.
A perfect pentagon around a large, it looks like to be honest, it looks like an exposed heart. As you look at these boxes, you'll see that 2 of them look like they've been burnt. Like there's emblem on them, and the emblem looks like it's been burnt. One of them, in the bottom right-hand corner, seems to be glowing. This is a sigil with, it looks like almost like a hawk person, like a hawk person hieroglyph. The burnt one looks like a manticore, and the other burnt one looks like a sphinx. So as you see here, this is where you came in, and he points to the manticore. But in order for you to get home, you're going to need to use a portal, and the only way for you to use a portal is to let one of these, and he points to the other ones, escape.
What?
You heard me. Now, here's the thing. They're going to escape anyways. There's forces at work that are already putting things in motion to help all of these generals to escape. These generals, each of which are imprisoned within the walls of their temples, were once loyal to the dread lord known as Gazarid. They commanded their armies of large and terrible beasts, and should they be released into the prime plane, which I fear, again, has been set in motion, they could perform a ritual that would allow Gazarid to enter the prime material plane. You are essentially going to need to hitch a ride. And as you see this, you see that the hieroglyph looking one with the bird person, that temple seems to glow brighter and brighter, and then it sizzles out, and it is now burnt.
I think in the background you hear like soft padding of feet, like very quickly. I'm here.
Now, what did you need to get?
So, funny story. It wasn't there, so I checked everywhere. Apparently it was in my pocket whole time. I think Grand Vizier is just looking at him dumbfoundedly.
Yeah, we're all just looking at you.
What'd I miss?
The generals are escaping, and you're going to need to lead our friends to one of their exits.
Oh, okay. I walk over to the map, and I see that the glowing sigil is now burnt, and we'll go, uh-oh. Is that supposed to happen?
It looks like that portal is closed, so we're going to have to wait for our hope that one opens very quickly.
Don't worry. The other group will definitely accidentally do something.
There's no other way, huh?
Very meta. Yeah, I can do that. I'm assuming you want us to like sneak in there and not contract the Reavers, Marauders, whatever. Marauders.
Underneath this archive is a tunnel that should take you to one of the temples. And I'm hoping that we're choosing the right one. I'm going to need you to take them north to the Temple of the Chimera.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of know the way. I mean, once we get up from the underground, I'll definitely be able to find my way.
You're going to need to take Cobble Tunnel.
Just note, I have no clue what's going on.
Yeah, so long story short, you guys are all going to need to you're going to need to rest up for one. But basically, you're being tasked with going to one of the other temples to try to basically hitch a ride with one of the Dreadlords, Dread Generals, that is going to escape. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep.
Ka.
Do I need anything other than my normal gear, or like, is there another emergency thing that I need to?
You should have a day or two to prepare.
Okay.
We will need to make sure that Sabbath is moved safely through those tunnels.
Yeah, and I mean, if you guys need a place to stay, where I'm at is kind of small, but I'm sure we can all fit.
Meet me back here in the morning, you two, okay?
Which two? Because there's three of us.
Hestia and Rebecca.
Okay.
All right.
And I will see you in 2 years when I get to my ritual. Because I have some thoughts.
I look forward to it, Callum. I know you're going to be someone very into my house. All right, so you're gonna follow Callum.
Yep.
Waiting for the call.
Ka.
Okay. I start leading them out of the archives, like going through like a market so that they can get food and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. And on Saturdays, this doubles as a little entertainment area. They kind of push all the like stalls away and set up a nice little stage. It's quite nice. If you want food, this is kind of where we go. Or at least this is where I go. Any takers? No?
I'm hungry. Yes. Food is good.
Okay. I go up to like a little kebab stall. And while I couldn't find any new ones, I did grab a couple coins and try to pay them with that from the fountain. It's still a bit wet.
Yeah, they like try to the person behind the stall tries to dry it off. They look at it and they're like, "Sure," and they hand you each a kebab.
Yeah. So these are what I tend to eat all the time. They're fine. And he starts like munching on it, and as he walks through the rest of the market, and once you get through the market, there's like there's a temple. If Jacob wants to describe a temple, he can. But basically, Callum lives in the attic of that temple.
As he's leading us, and we're munching on our kebabs, Rebecca is going to like hang back a little with Hestia, and kind of like whisper like, "So, don't you think that this place is very cult-like? With all the like weird, you belong with us, you're home now, we know who you are, and sacrifices and all this weird tattoo stuff. It's very cult-like to me, and it's making me very nervous."
Can Callum hear this?
My sister in Petrogorsk, you realize I was raised in an abbey. This is just normal shit to me. Also, I am on the lookout for like any stalls with pretty dresses because yes, Hestia is practical, but also Hestia likes pretty things. And I like telling story with costumes.
So, just because you do see a stall. There's a stall that has some fine dresses and silks and stuff like that. It's a little bit further away, but you do see it. You may have to ask to like kind of go there, but you have to try to persuade everybody to come with you.
Well, when I see it, I do make the guys, the group, known. I'm going to start that sentence again.
Okay.
I do make it known to the group that I am going to split off. Because it's also like, okay, there's a lot of information that I have to process. So I'm going to process it by looking at and touching pretty things, because sensory. And also, this is called controlling what we can when things feel out of control. So I spot the dresses and I just, I'm just going to go look over there for a minute.
I look over at the dresses and then back at the group and go, well, if you're going to pull my arm, and then I walk over with you.
Oh, all right. I mean, you don't
You
have
don't know
to.
where I live. So, like...
that's very true. That is true.
I could leave you here, but then you'd be just here.
All right. I'll make this fast then.
Well, I mean, take your time. We have until tomorrow.
So I'm going to look. I probably can't afford any of these, but I am going to still try to look for something like practical, but still like fluffy, kind of like the one that I am currently wearing. Very Alice Madness Returns.
You want me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, what?
You heard
I'm
me.
just looking at dresses.
Okay.
Too bad.
I'm just looking at pretty dresses. That's a 13.
You went into the cursed dress shop.
No, so as you're looking around, you see a particular dress, and you are pulled towards it.
Like magically?
Yeah, like you yearn for it. It's like it's calling to you.
This is how the plot of the Red Shoes starts. Okay.
It's odd. It's odd because it looks like it's a very simple dress.
All right.
But it's almost like it's asking for you to come close.
I approach it cautiously.
So as you approach it, are you going to touch it?
That's a very sus question, DM.
Is it a
Do you
mimic?
want a little wisdom save to see if you touch it?
I don't like this. Yeah, I'll bite. I'll roll. That's a big old girthy 17.
You're fighting the urge to touch it, but you're not quite touching. You're like hovering your hand over it. But it's almost as you're hovering your hand over it, it seems to change underneath your hand. Like it's a plain white dress, but as your hand starts to get close to it, it becomes fluffy. It's almost like it changes the fabric and the color and everything underneath your hand.
Huh.
Almost like it changes at your whim.
Exactly like it changes it.
Yeah. I think Callum notices you like hover handing it and just like, say like that one?
Peculiar. I've never encountered something like this. Do you think it might be the fabric? And I'm investigating it like scientifically.
Are you going to touch it?
Yes.
Okay. As you touch it,
it opens up its mouth and eats you.
Roll a new character.
Reminds me of my last DM.
As you touch it, it's almost like you feel a connection to it, and it's almost like a torrent of color comes out from where you're touching it, like a ripple in a pond. It just starts to change color and fabric around your hand.
Hestia and her Technicolor Dreamcoat. I do now. I'm like holding it in both hands.
The more you touch it, the more it changes, and it almost feels like it is perfectly made for you.
I think I'm talking to the the stall owner. I'm just asking how much that is.
Oh, that's not one of mine. I don't know who put that there. You could have it if you want.
Red flag. Woo!
That's so suspicious.
All I heard was free. I'll take it.
Throughout all this, Rebecca and Carlos are outside, basically looking like a couple of vagrants sitting there while she's trying to feed him the remainder of the kebab.
The kebabs. I think Callum maybe left a couple bites on his if you want to give those to Carlos as well.
He just sits there in his belly and rots like the rest of them. His breath is horrible, by the way.
Yay.
Can I do... This is going to sound real fucking stupid. Can I do an insight check on the dress? Like, does the magic in it feel sus?
I can roll an insight.
As you're doing that, I think...
Insight check the dress! That's a 14.
That's a 14 to insight the dress.
I just said insight the dress. It doesn't feel evil.
It just feels magic.
It feels magic for sure.
Okay.
It feels mildly manipulative, not of you, but of its situation. It's almost like it put itself in your path.
That's totally not suspicious. You know what?
See what I shared in the group chat?
Yeah.
This is literally taking place in Secret Wars. No, I'm kidding. Don't worry, it's not a symbiote suit. You're not going to turn into Venom.
Venom in a fluffy dress.
Venom in a fluffy dress.
Venom in like a fucking Lolita dress and platform shoes.
Eddie, we're pretty now.
We're kawaii, Eddie.
Eddie. Oh.
Eddie, I found out what ooh meant. So yeah, while Hestia's just like playing with it, Callum just like grabs the hanger and just like jumps up to take it off the rack.
I don't know why, but I'm like, Eddie, we're going to destroy the enemies. We're going to eat them. And we're going to look so pretty while we do it.
All right. So
if you're not taking it, I am.
I don't think it's your color, Callum. And I hold up my hand. Like, I'm not gonna like take it from him, but I do.
Oh no, yeah. It's definitely for you. I was going to then say that Callum says, Look, free is my love language. So he will wear anything if it's free.
All right then. And I carefully roll it up and I put it in my pack, and I guess I'll futz with it later. Get ready for a lot of sketches of Hestia's pretty dress of the week.
I will say straight up, it's not gonna be enchanted much more than Glamorsol. So the whole part of it, the whole
I can't magic up like an armor set, but I can make it match an armor set.
Yeah, you can make it look like it, but it won't give you the AC.
It's just transmog. I think that's what it's called.
It is.
It's the transmog dress.
There might be more to it later on, but for right now, it is just a glamour dress.
Fabulous.
This just makes me miss the what was it? The dresser of
the wardrobe.
The wardrobe of infinite clothing.
Yeah, the Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of this bitch. Anyways,
let's go to the temple. If you want to describe the outside, I can describe my tiny ass attic living quarters.
So this is a lesser temple. There's multiple temples on this rock. Not a whole lot of people in Bastion, but the people who are there aren't really paying you any mind. They're not being snooty. They're just also not looking at you with side eye, which is odd for Rebecca. But it essentially looks like a stone church, not a cathedral. Relatively pretty small.
So in the back of this temple, there is a little, I don't want to say it looks like a barn, but it does have hay coming out of it. It's got a thatched roof portion on it. Looks like kind of either an addition or it doesn't look like it's from the rest of that building. And it does not actually have a door. So you see Callum scamper up onto the roof, and then he looks down at you both and goes, "You probably need a ladder, don't you?" And so he kicks off a little rope ladder. I'm thinking that it's basically like a thatched roof treehouse, and it is about the same size as a treehouse.
Good thing me and Carlos are pretty tiny.
All of us are pretty tiny.
That's good.
Yeah.
It would be fucking stellar if my mic would unmute. This is the exact opposite of the problem I was having earlier. Anyways, so will all 6'6" of me fit in?
Yeah, it's so I was picturing it to be 10-foot square, at its most, maybe more 8 foot by 8 foot, or 8 foot by 10 foot, something like that. There is very little inside. You see, there is an old, somewhat broken chest that is half open. It doesn't look like it can close fully. And it's got a couple, it's got clothes in it. They're all various shapes, colors, sizes. There is a small little bed off in the corner. And there's a lot of living, basically empty area for you all to sit around. So this is where this is mine.
It's very cozy.
Yes, I thought so myself. Anyway, so if you want to rest here, you definitely can.
Rebecca looks at his little sleeping-ish quarters and was like, "So this is where the magic happens, huh?"
No, I don't really know magic. You're talking to a 14-year-old who is a rogue and not arcane trickster.
And yeah, she's just good enough. And she will grab Carlos and squeeze into a corner of it and try to get some sleep.
I shimmy out of my breastplate and set it, off to the side, and
I turn around.
Huh?
I turn around away from you.
I've got my breastplate, and then under my breastplate is my
clothing.
Dress.
Yeah.
Yes. We don't do the we don't do the armor against bearskin thing here.
Oh yeah, no. I was more or less, if you were going to put the dress on, I'm turning around so I don't. So it's not just like a 14-year-old watching a 19-year-old undress.
No, I getcha. I think I'll save the dress for more private quarters. Right now, I think we just all need to rest.
There's nothing much more private than this.
That's true.
I can he's not very tall, so he's like, his arm span is half the room though.
That's true. Yeah, all right. And I do a gesture for him to turn around.
I'm turned around so I can't see you.
Oh, okay. So I do very quickly, and like, I don't get like naked. There are
there's
like petticoats and shit going on.
There's like underclothes.
Yeah. Like a pair of stays or some shit, You
have Spanx.
Over a chemise, because we don't do bare corsetry in this house. I'm not going to get on that. Anyways, so I do put the dress on.
As you put the dress on, it seems to literally fit you like a glove. It almost feels like it kind of lays upon your skin, but also moves.
So it is Spanx.
Haha.
But it almost feels like a second skin to you that you can manipulate with a thought.
All right, I'm gonna think really hard and have it change to blue. Just like to try it out, see what happens.
So you close your eyes, and as the second you open your eyes, it turns into a like baby blue, a powder blue.
I do a little spinny spin. Oh, and I look at Callum and I say, "Oh, you can turn around now."
Oh, okay, I turn around.
All right, so it's baby powder. It's like, baby blue. I do a little spinny spin, and I think that I want it to be longer. Does it change length?
Yes, as you are thinking about it growing longer, it grows. It doesn't like turn into like a big ball dress, but it does like a little bit of it, a little bit not over the floor, but like past your feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. Floor length. Jacob, you don't know what you've done with this. I fucking, my guy, my dude, my sibling in Gozer, you have no idea what you've done. But yeah,
He does. He's made your night.
God, you have no idea, my guy. Like, well and truly you have. My last DM made fun of me for it. And removed all of Hestia's pretty dresses.
Oh.
So.
No, if you like pretty dresses and Hestia likes pretty dresses, I want you to have fun, and I want to encourage that. So you nerd out as much as you want, my dude. Like, if you want pretty dresses, you've got pretty dresses. They can look like whatever you want. If you want to wear a suit, it can turn into a suit for you. If you want to wear a ball gown, you might have to concentrate on it, but you can wear a ball gown. If you want
That's so fucking awesome.
Slacks, you wear slacks.
Slacks. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm like legitimately tearing up right now. Anyways, so I'm gonna futz with the dress a little bit more, like, like change like sleeves, like the length and the style and like that sort of thing for a little bit.
So yeah,
you could probably also turn it into pajamas if you wanted.
Oh yeah, like the last thing I was gonna do before going to sleep is to like turn it into like a proper like nightgown, like one of those like absurdly swooshy like 70s nightgowns,
The I just killed my husband. What are you talking? Or my husband.
I didn't kill my husband. What are you? Yes, one of those, but less see-through because Hestia is 19,
but not sheer.
Yes, chiffon.
There are
chiffon.
Children in the house.
Yes. Hestia isn't a child, but she's close enough in my book.
Yeah. So, like, when Callum turns around, you see that he's, like, patting his chest pocket every now and then. Then, as you're, like, fucking around with the dress, changing it, he's just, like, kind of like rocking back and forth on his like from his heel to the balls of his feet and back.
Are you all right?
So you're from the other plane, you said, yeah?
Yes.
So this is a long shot, and then from his pocket he produces what looks like a kind of like a parchment, and he like starts to hand it towards you and then kind of like pulls back a bit, like thinking about it, and then just like passes it back to you.
I take it.
So was there anyone kind of like you at the Abbey, or
No.
Oh.
As far as I know, I don't think.
Well,
then again, I was very focused on my studies. I forgot to make friends.
So this is going to be even longer of a shot than I thought. But do you know either of those two? Could like, and as you like turn it around, you see that it's almost like a little painting of two. Oh, wait, yeah. We don't.
Oh, it's just me in the group chat. It's fine. Yeah. Continue.
I thought it was Jacob for a second. So I don't really know. I didn't think about describing my family, but he describes his parents basically. So they are maybe not elf-like. They look like Callum doesn't have elf-like ears. He has more like half elven ears, and so the two people there, they both look like they are maybe half elves. With one of them has a lot of freckles. Think of it as like a black and white picture. There's no color.
All right.
But yeah, one of them has freckles.
So
another one. Go ahead.
It's just me.
Okay. Why do you have Jughead here? Why did you send Jughead?
I don't know, man. I just typed slam fist into my fucking GIF keyboard, and that's what came up. I feel very strongly about the idea of wearing garments under corsets because that's what's historically accurate. But we're not getting into that. Anyways, your parents.
Yes, my parents. So yeah, they look like they would be Callum's parents. So he has, as I bring up my features and traits, no, my description. So they have like the father looks like they have the same, well, it's in black and white so you can't really tell, but the same like tone of hair as Callum. The female there has very like white skin with dark freckles on them. Have you maybe come across them at all in your travels?
Have I?
Roll a history check.
15?
You don't recognize them.
Okay. I look at Callum with a look of just being an apologetic look, and I say, "No, darling, I'm sorry."
Oh, okay. That's fine. And he like kind of sheepishly goes to try to take the picture back.
I very gently give it to him, and I do that like hand clasp thing where like you put the thing in the person's hand and like you hold their hands in your hand. You know that thing?
I don't know.
I clasp his hands.
Callum's just like, I don't know what to do right now.
Are they your parents?
I think so. I don't know. I kind of grew up here and they didn't. He puts it back in his pocket.
I understand.
As she mentions just the phrase parents, all of a sudden a ghostly figure starts to hover above Carlos and Rebecca. Looks very similar to Rebecca, but a little bit bigger, a little bit older. But it just hangs there. It does nothing.
Do we want to unpack that? I'm okay with like not unpacking my stuff. Do we want to unpack that? And I point at the ghost.
I think it unpacked itself. And yeah. I trot over and I say, "Hello there. Can you hear me?"
Doesn't answer. It just kind of hovers there. Doesn't even register that you even said anything.
Let me see. Do I have a spell for this?
Dispel magic.
No! Nope, never mind. I thought I had Speak with Dead, but I do not.
Sabbath would be of good use here.
Yeah.
Alas, Sabbath's unconscious.
Unconscious.
You know what?
What?
Just make fun of Midwesterner, huh?
Oh no, that's very much Maine as well. Like, you have no idea. That is like that could be Midwesterner, but that is very like New England.
We're going down to the water. I'm gonna go for some lobster.
Yep, some lobster.
Yeah, my mom had a weird mishmash of accents because she was an Air Force brat. And her accent passed on to me. So, like, I'm from Missouri, which is known for not having an accent. But, like, some shit I say is just very violently like Kansas or fucking Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
So, I also just pick up on accents the more I hear them. So, like, the more I talk with Motley, like, if I talk with them for a long time, I'll start to say about. Or about.
Yeah, there you go.
About.
Like,
yeah.
I wasn't going to say it, but...
Yeah, I'm very tired, y'all. But
okay.
There are people that do say about, but
yeah.
Motley's not one of them.
No.
This vicinity definitely is not.
Yes. Anyways, but so the specter, spook, spirit, whatever the fuck, does it like acknowledge me at all, or is it just kind of hovering there?
Does not acknowledge. Just kind of sits there looking down at Rebecca and Carlos.
Rebecca?
You also, sorry, Hestia, you recognize this as the same figure that greeted you when you first met Rebecca.
Let them sleep, Callum. They're in good hands.
Oh, okay. I was just going to ask if we could talk to them. That works.
Oh, I thought
so
you
I
were
guess
going
we'll go back to unpacking my stuff.
If you don't feel comfortable, we don't have to. Just know that I understand.
Well, when you get back there, if you find... He takes it back out, kind of looks at them again. Just, if you ever come across them, could you just let them know that I'm doing okay?
I will, I promise.
Okay. You'll probably forget what they look like, so... And he hands it back over. I realized that I made the motion and then didn't say anything.
Let me see real quick.
Just write it. It's in your inventory at the very bottom. There's other possessions, and just write in a picture of Callum's parents.
Well, I was gonna see if I had a spell that I could use to like transfer, like essentially like open up like my little like notebook, like Hestia's notebook.
Hey Jacob, does Druidcraft do that?
Oh shit, you right?
Would it?
I mean, eventually. What are you looking to do?
I was gonna see if I could make essentially a copy of the picture, because I don't want to just take a 14-year-old kid's only photograph of his parents. I'm
would
not digging down to clown with that.
You could probably do that using your wand.
All right, I don't remember what spells I had saved on my wand because
okay. We can just
I don't have my notebook.
Yeah,
we can hand wave it for now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just for flavor. And also Hestia just wouldn't take this anyways. So I sit down in my pretty nightgown. I pull out my sketchbook / recipe book / just note taking, my journal. That's the goddamn word. I'm sorry. I take out my journal. I hold the picture in one hand, and with my wand, I concentrate real hard on the picture, and I tap the page, like a clean page, and kind of create like a link between, like, picture in my left hand, and then wand in my right. My body is the link between the picture and the page, and I make a copy of the picture on the journal page.
All right. Yeah. So you're able to make a copy of it in your book.
Awesome. And I hand the original back to Callum.
Oh, thank you. And he then puts it again back into his pocket.
No problem.
So how about that local sports team?
I don't really do sport ball.
It's fine. We don't have one, so. Not much competition. There's like
That's
70
totally
of
fair.
us here.
Totally fair.
Well, I'll let you rest, and I'll have fun tomorrow, I guess.
All right. Good night, Callum.
Good night, Hestia.
And I curl up in my pretty little nightgown, and I guess try to fall asleep.
Rebecca doing that as well?
Rebecca was already asleep long ago.
Didn't hear the trauma.
All right. So everybody falls asleep, but you're woken. I mean, there's not really night because there's not really day or any separation of the two in this realm. But you're woken suddenly by Marlith, and you can see Sabbath is awake and outside. But there seems to be a commotion, and everything looks a lot darker outside than it did.
Oh boy.
When Hestia wakes up, there's like I don't have a blanket, but there's like a longer shirt covering them.
Aww.
Rebecca also has one on them.
Aww.
I can't not be the mom. I'm sorry.
Even when you're 14.
When I'm a 14-year-old boy, I'm still the mom.
Thanks.
Anyways, are you now that you have been awoken? Are you going to go outside?
Does Marlith say anything?
They're just like you need to come. We need to get the fuck out of here. And this is where you've never seen Marlith in the very, small amount of time you've known them ever swear or be like this.
All right. And I immediately shift to the dress to something more practical. I'm not going to bother describing it. And I get my breastplate back on.
I think Callum grabs up a couple things. He grabs up like a couple of his items and puts them into a little knapsack that was kind of sitting on the bed when he first came in, and starts heading down with everyone else. If Hestia needs help putting the breastplate on, he can help, or Marlith can, or Rebecca can. I don't care.
I've got it. Thank you. And okay. I tighten the straps.
Rebecca raises her brother with the wand or whatever it is that she's got. What is it she got that does that? The night collar.
Oh, was there like just a dead body in the room all night?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Smelling nice and rancid.
I'm not going to say what a 14-year-old boy's room normally smells like.
Oh, I know.
we go down, I assume.
All right, so you're going in? Like you're going outside?
Yep. I kicked the rope ladder down for them, roll that back up, then climb down myself.
All right. As everybody goes outside, it seems like there's essentially a storm brewing out there. Like dark clouds are in the sky. You see hovering outside of the border is the sub-commander and his flying island thing with the wyverns.
Uh-oh.
Oh, devil fuck.
You see Arkin has made his way through. He's like, quick, Callum, you need to take them as soon as you can. She's here. And as he says that she's here, you hear and see a crack of lightning in the sky, and there's a very large cloud. And with the crack of lightning, you see the silhouette of a giant wyvern. Like, huge.
Like, remember picturing the wyverns that were carrying the rock? This is like twice the size.
At least size.
Triple fuck.
No, this is much larger. This would be about the size almost of like an ancient dragon. Or not ancient, an adult dragon, at least.
Quadruple fuck.
And after that bolt of lightning goes across the sky, the dragon seems to make its way towards the border. And as it does, you see that just like Arkin and just like Hestia before they came in, the dragon has light markings all over them, and they are currently of the same bright bluish color that Hestia's and Callum's are and everything there. But as it gets closer, though, it changes from blue to a deep red, and you see atop this wyvern as it's flying miles off and up in the sky. There's a small being, like there is a person riding that wyvern.
Oh boy.
And with another bolt of lightning, that is where we're going to end for tonight because it's already 10:30.
Oh shit, dude.
Caw.
But
Guess who that one is? You know how all those like really evil and godly beings are imprisoned here? The being on the back of that wyvern is the one who keeps them imprisoned. So you can only guess how powerful they are. Quick side note, they're not super, super powerful, but we're, no
murder hoboing.
Yeah. Please don't.
I mean, you have a stat. You did.
Yeah, I have a stat block. They're not super powerful. They're also not using all of their powers, I guess. I think they're probably more powerful here than...
They would be much more powerful here, yeah.